Hello everyone, it's Tuesday, so it's time for Ped to put his fucking phone away.
I love the comments, mate. I just love the comments.
I know, yeah.
I love
To be fair, we just had Ped reading some of the comments. If you want to see a show where we read, well, predominantly Ped, because why not?
Yeah, but like Jack and Ori, get the big chair.
The best and worst comments. Give this video a thumbs up. If it gets over 2,000 likes,
yeah,
then we will start that as its own strand. So just remember that.
4,000, I'll do it in the nach.
So keep
just look before you.
Oh shit! Right, okay. So that's the
cross leg. Oh, cross leg.
Cross leg.
Sharon Stone it.
But what if you have to? What if you get uncomfortable during the no?
No, we don't with the side of it.
Aaron Masri Amaz 401 asks, your best Premier League 11 omitted Andy Cole. Third most goals in Premier League history. Why isn't he rated higher on list of best all-time strikers?
He was a great striker. He really was, really top-class striker. But he just wasn't at the very, very highest level. He was a brilliant goal scorer, but he was better goal scorers. But he was better all-round players. But a fantastic player.
I think it comes down to that. And whether this is just like bias from the time or whatever, but I remember Andy Cole as he needed 4 chances to stick one away. And, of course,
to go the hardest.
He was playing against Ipswich.
Yeah. And so even though he had a great goal return, it was like he never felt like he was clinical, which is weird because he clearly ultimately was, because you should be judged on your goal
return. And he was never as good at Man United as he was at Newcastle.
He was amazing.
He was never as good.
In Newcastle.
He was just him, and Beardsley was just maybe
just points, remember? Yeah, Beardsley would just give me.
And then Grobbelaar would just go. You know the score,
lads.
You know the score, lads.
Yeah.
Look at his England record.
I wouldn't say it was the Handsager's approach. No. Handsager's had things on his mind, like burnt coaches.
For letting goals in the outfield, Handsager's as well. It's part of the thing.
You can't do that.
Think about it. I mean, you can do this all you want, but while the mics are still on, it doesn't really matter, boss. The thing is, I mean, maybe you need to come with something.
John Mellick, LFC, says, for Paul, Sacco future in LFC after that celebration with Benteke. I think we should keep him and force him to paint houses in Liverpool for free. Yeah, they played rock, paper, scissors, Benteke and Sacco. Here's the thing.
What, would you get the council to do that for you as well, would you?
Oh, right.
Yeah, compulsory purchase of Sacco painting the houses.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. on Bramley Moor.
Those things don't even go together.
No.
The council are not paying for Bramley Moor.
No.
Not at all?
No, not at all.
No.
Literally not at all.
Not a penny.
No, not a penny.
Not 1 penny.
You know what, I actually don't follow it. So
I know you don't. Why would you?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Really? Not a single penny?
Not a single penny.
Oh, the council not loan?
No loan.
No loan.
Lucky boys.
No.
Not lucky, mate.
Just got a rich club.
Just got money.
Got a rich club.
owner.
Liverpool should absolutely just get rid of Sacco, mate.
Should Liverpool have even... I've explained this to Baz before. Should Liverpool have even allowed him to sit on the bench?
Yeah, here's the thing for me. I mentioned this on our final word.
What
So basically, Sacco's on loan at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Sam Allardyce, he's not allowed to play him. He's not allowed to play him. Okay, he's did. But normally that player would sit in the stands or he wouldn't travel. He brought him along, puts him in the kit,
on the bench,
and sits him on the bench. So you get all the benefits of Sacco. Or whatever
all the benefits of Sacco, just with none of bench.
None of the, yeah. But none of the bad. They like weirdness on the pitch. Yeah. But,
for 2,000 likes, you can have Sacco sitting on the bench.
That's up there with the Neville Southall. Have a phone call with Nev.
Yeah.
Oh, just 50 quid. Yeah. So basically, he's brought. It's Sam Allardyce all over. Is that he finds out where the line is, and he literally just stands on the line and leans over. It's like that mate who plays darts with you, who goes to the end of the line, and he's like that.
Yeah.
That's what Allardyce has done there. And
zip on.
So basically,
zip down.
Benteke scores, and he runs over, and Sacco's off the bench on the touchline celebrating with him, doing.
Is that what he was doing?
Doing rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
To be fair, Sacco's he's clearly a bad idiot, isn't he? Because like Benteke was like trying to keep it all low key, like against his old club, and Sacco's up there going, yeah, woo! Oh my God.
Giving it all out.
So so I don't know what the suitable punishment would be. It would probably be having to live in and around Crystal Palace.
Or just coming back to
for the rest of your career. Chris Feely, this is, in fact, actually we'll come to this next. I realise James is being a bit overlooked at the moment. There's a QPR question.
No, it isn't.
There isn't really a QPR question.
His face lit up.
So Adam Rosybum. the infamous, he's like the deep throat of
He is.
Paul Street.
It's weird that he's on every week and he's got such a shit name.
Yeah. Is Ibrahimovic's career over, James? Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
He's not Dr. Stedman.
Yeah, I'm not Richard
Hey,
Stedman.
everybody! Richard Stedman.
Yeah, so he looks like he's done his cruciate, hasn't he? He's
Done
talking
two,
about
hasn't he?
Done both. Yeah.
both his cruciates. Looking at 9 months at least
Yeah.
out. He's 35 years old. He's out of contract.
Is his Man United career over? Is probably
Okay.
just as good a question.
Well, what's the answer to that? What,
The answer to that is
Don't say
yes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, see previous.
I wasn't
answer.
even supposed to be here today!
So yeah, my thinking on it is as much as he's still so good, and unless he literally can't, unless he's just going to limp around for the last few years of his career, and he might get that advice.
He's going to come back with a limp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I might be saying if he does.
but he mightn't do. Might come back perfectly.
I'm not
well.
saying he will. I'm
taking
saying
the
if he
Michael Owen
does.
approach to
I'm
to
saying
things.
if he based no. But the point is, if he's literally physically incapable of playing football, fine.
Yeah.
But the point is that there was a question there over, and you're right to make the distinction there, James. Is that you looking at who else does he go to from Man United, and you could still see one last hurrah at another top European club.
No.
But not now. I don't.
No,
think.
I think
LAFC.
I think he will have to. Man United will have to move on, and they will see this now as the line. We've seen it for the last few weeks, haven't we? As well. Will he stay? Will he go to America? And now the narrative. It's mad in football how quickly the narrative can just be destroyed instantly.
Say that he comes back and he's the same player physically that he was, but he's just that bit older. Then do you stick with him? Because his game doesn't revolve
Man
around
United
pace.
have got to make a decision now. He's got this year on his contract. They might give him it because it would look a bit shit-housery if they didn't. Yeah. And also they are legally obliged to look after him medically, even if he's got a contract or not. But you just think this is actually a good opportunity for the club if they were oohing and ahhing to just say he's done. We're going to put a line under it. We're going to go out and buy whoever, and then he probably will go to America or somewhere at the end of it, which isn't a bad thing when you've got a show.
Particularly when you've got MLS show, which everyone's just subscribed to. But let's forget Man United side of this. Let's look at Zlatan. Does this impact his thinking on his future? Because America's always going to be there. Because I was wondering about the
Paul?
Is it? Depends what the kid has to say. But here's the thing. Does he in his mind think? Because I think he might have thought he could have had another payday. He could have gone to maybe another Champions League club next season, maybe. But does this make him think? Well, I could take the option at Man United here. I'll come back. They'll probably win the league next season under Mourinho. I get to pick up one, and then I go to America. Or is it just him going, well, I'm doing it. I don't know whether it makes him think, I might cling on to what I've got a little bit more than maybe he'd have been a bit more cocky about it if he finishes the season healthy.
I just don't know that he's like that. I think he's got his mind's made up. I think he's that kind of person. He knows exactly what he wants. Whether will he want to come back? He's going to be out for 9 months.
I'm going to come back stronger.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. Can we just put this to bed now? You're not, mate. Are you physically not coming back stronger?
At the end of it, if he gets himself fit by say next February, is he going to want to come in for the last 3 months of the season, or does he want to start his new chapter? MLS season doesn't start till next March. The season starts March till December. He can just concentrate on getting himself ready to sign because it's big reports that he's going to LAFC for big money, and he can go there and do a new chapter almost.
The other thing about it is though is it's his actual treatment. Does he? If he does, it's going to be long and it's going to be hard. The first part of it is going to be spent just going back to Sweden or whatever, and just staying at home.
Is that where Richard Stedman lives?
That's what Richard Stedman is. No, but he's not for a large part of it. His recuperation is just going to be at home, isn't it? Yeah. With his feet up.
Yeah.
He's got to go through all that
his
first.
Veiny legs up.
Now, his legs are horrible, the veins in them. But so at some point he probably will go back to Man United for treatment. Now, imagine walking in and he's not having that carrot of actually playing for that club at the end of it. So I think they might just give him another year, come to some kind of agreement, and say, that's the carrot, come back, let's see. Would you really want to put your hands in a club that doesn't even exist yet? So do you know what I mean? If he goes to, let's say if he goes to LAFC, this new team that doesn't start till next year, would you want to put your medical future, football future, in the hands of a club that doesn't even? I know they can have all the best doctors they want.
No, I expect him to get the very best treatment, but how much more Zlatan is opening a brand new club?
No, I understand that,
and it's
but
about him.
He could still do that.
All about
he could still do that, but I still think he needs the carrot of having Man United there for him when he's ready to come back.
Yeah,
not having a new club. No, what I'm saying, Baz, is though, imagine going into Carrington for the last, like, say, 4 months of his rehab and not having the carrot of thinking I'm going to play for this team when I get to there. Thinking about I'm going to start for this new club in America seems a very different.
I just
think that's what he'll do, because I think time scale on the injury puts it there.
Well, I think that will be a big. But I just wonder whether
28 goals this year.
Yeah, exactly. He's still got it. But the thing for me is that, and it is the thing about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and I think he's mentally stronger than most men, most humans,
he's not even,
most of the species.
A lion.
Well, exactly. But
a lion,
whatever. That's it. But he's. But I think at that age, at that part of your career, I think the little creeping doubt of your legacy starts to come in, and I just wonder whether that does impact his next move. He might think, what if I've only got one season left in me off the back of this? Do I want to go and be? Do I want to go and fade out and be? An MLS, or do I go? Again, one last hurrah, get to walk back into a Man United side that's coasting towards a league title next year.
I think signing that contract, though, for United would be really important for both things.
Yeah.
I think he will need that carrot. Whether he plays for Man United or not is a different question. He needs that carrot of knowing that, being it, because they always say, don't they, when you're in training every day and you're watching everyone else, it's that thought of playing again that gets you to the dark times. Not getting me through because I'm going to play for LA Galaxy or LAFC or whatever next season. Yeah. It's knowing he can go into training and have that.
Yeah.
Whether that's 1 game, 2 games, and then goes to America, possibly. Yeah. But I think he'll need that.
Okay. Just out of interest, Dr. Richard Stedman, born 1937, retired in January 2014 from his surgical practice. How old is he?
When was he born? When was he born?
I've just told you.
27.
He's 64, isn't he?
He's well, what I love with Wikipedia is that they've given the answer that most of us go 79, 80. That's 79.
Say 27, not 60.
It's too early to tell.
Okay, fantastic, boys. Good work. Obviously, keep your thoughts on this Zlatan thing coming in the comments underneath. Nathan Aldis asks on Twitter, is Messi the greatest ever footballer? If not, who is? Now, we chose not to do this as a main topic because I'm not sure how much more can be said about Messi, but he single-handedly wins El Clasico at the end. At the weekend, steps up, scores the winning goal in the last couple of minutes, does the whole shit thing.
Roberto and the album might have a little bit to say about single-handedly winning it.
Well, they didn't score the goal.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah.
But what a run by Sergio.
He scores 2 goals in the game. And the winning goal in the 33rd minute. No. Why are we splitting hairs over this? It's not important. Is he the... Okay, so he's not the greatest of all time. Sergio Roberto is then, yeah, sounds... Good influx.
Did we say that?
No.
I just said Sergio Roberto. You were overlooking what was an absolutely brilliant run by Sergio Roberto.
It was a really great
goal by him.
Is Sergio Roberto the greatest player of all time?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Casemiro's good as well, isn't he? What do we think? I think he's certainly going to go down as... I think in the fullness of time, I think he will be remembered better than Ronaldo.
But this is the weird thing. For me, Ronaldo doesn't come near being the best player of all time.
Why?
Because he's not.
Why? Because
I think it splits camps, this. Ronaldo, for me, is...
Sorry, Ped. Shocker. Carry on.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's a footballer that was built in a lab.
Yeah.
He's the.
So was Messi, mate.
No, you're
yeah, Messi.
Almost literally.
Maybe, injections. He's the Drago of footballers. Yeah. He is amazing, and I love him. But I don't think he couldn't be the same player 20 years ago because it's all built on his physical prowess, how strong, how fast. He does some amazing things, even coming down to how he uses the lightness of a football, the putting the ball with the valve and all that kind of thing. I think Messi could do it in any era. He's a classical footballer. He's got the skill, unbelievable skill. That's why, for me, I think Messi's the best player of all time. People will argue with me on that because...
Do you think that I think that your point makes the opposite point? I think Ronaldo's physicality says to me he could do it in any
era. But I
era.
don't think he could have been as physical in other areas. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's talking about technology.
I don't think he could be as fit.
He couldn't
be being that fit in other areas. That's what I'm saying. But Messi's technique, even if he's a little fat gimp, he probably could be as good because we've seen other players do that. You look at people like Maradona and Di Stefano. These players, they weren't little thin little rakes, but they could still do it.
Well, Stan Collymore made the point, James. Like he was saying how the way Maradona was booted in the 80s, that's the difference, is that Messi is getting, people saying he gets treated really physically and people try to kick him, but what players getting kicked now is so different to 20 years ago. You know, you were getting two-footed. You could get, a player could deliver several two-footed tackles a game before even getting a booking. You know what I mean? So Messi
game in 1990 when Nigeria beat Argentina, and there's like 5 of them.
It was Kennedy that kicked a lot though, not him.
Yeah, but Maradona, he got kicked.
Yeah, I know. That is the argument. You can never.
Unbelievable.
Didn't Messi lose a tooth yesterday? Did he play with half a game with his mouth covered up because it was bleeding that much? So,
but I mean, I understand the game was different then, but I don't think that's how you should. I don't think I should judge the quality of someone. I think Messi is the greatest of all time because of the scrutiny that he has throughout his entire career.
Done it for 10 years as well, pretty much. Yeah. Maradona, bless his little cotton socks, did it for 3 years. Now, they were 3 amazing... And gone. All right, at his absolute peak, it was like 4 years or 5, maybe at a stretch.
86 World Cup.
But he
won the World Cup on his own.
That was in 86, you're right, he did.
Messi won't ever.
No, because of and again, it's all of the different eras, isn't it? Maradona went to Napoli when Napoli were absolutely no one and transformed them, winning the league twice in 3 years, I think.
Yeah. Didn't do it at Barcelona though.
Well, he didn't, did he? He was brilliant at Barcelona, but the funny thing was, the reason he didn't make it at Barcelona because everyone did kick the shit out of him. Like they literally just kicked the shit out of him, and he reacted the wrong way and started booting the shit out of them as well. And that's why they had to sort of make a decision and move him on. Napoli was basically the best place for him because everyone loved you to kick the shit out of each other. But again, then it's the other side of it. Did he fuck himself up by being a massive cokehead?
Yeah.
The spotlight that Messi's had and he's performed again and again.
No, I wouldn't say Maradona.
That's what makes it.
I wouldn't say Maradona's better than Messi. I'm saying anyone's got 500 goals for Barcelona and the stuff he's done, something like 51 hat-tricks and all the stats are up last week. Incredible. But I kind of agree with what Ped's saying, is that you could put Messi into Argentina in 86 and he'd still do the pace of the game wouldn't affect Messi because of, you could see him still waltzing around people when it was more physical. With Ronaldo, yeah, it might affect that slightly.
He'd break his foot kicking one of the really heavy balls.
Yeah. Well, look at Ronaldo when he started at Man United. Look at him, the little chubby fella. Well, he was brilliant, but look at the difference with him now. He's had that longevity because of his physical attributes. I don't think he would have had that longevity on his natural ability. That's the only thing I would say about it. I think he's a great footballer.
Look at what Madrid do, though. Look at Bale. You look at Bale when he went to Real Madrid to what he looks like now. I just mean physically. Yeah. He's like a machine now. The skinny thing.
Going back to Maradona, I think he self-sabotaged his own career. Yeah. 94 in that World Cup, he scores a boss goal, comes off all laughing and joking, holding the hand of a drug tester, and they catch him for coke.
Kissed the camera as well.
1990, he could have been brilliant, but he decided rather than skipping past the tackles, he would fall on the floor every time because he had that couple of years in Italy where he knew that he would get those decisions. Yeah. Maybe that self-doubt of not being able to. People talk about Messi and say, well, he plays in a different era. But for me, every time Messi does get kicked, he just stays on his feet and gets on with it.
Well, he just gets up and carries on. That's the biggest thing. He doesn't react.
He never reacted to it. And I just think it's the longevity of Messi. Now, maybe that is because we're playing a different era and pitches, but you can only go on what you've seen. Sure. Some people say Pele's the best player. My dad says George Best was the best player. It's what he's seen in front of him with his own eyes. You know, That's what's great about
George
football.
Best could do it on 12 pints as well.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You know,
And on them pitches, to be fair, like
9 pints on those pitches.
And then go off and have Miss World.
Okay, yeah, I for me anyway, I think there's something more. You're right. There's something more. I mean, it's just because Ronaldo, because he is such this perfect specimen that he's become, that he'll always have that as well. I think Messi will just be.
Is Ronaldo better than R9? I don't think. I think R9 was better. He was just unbelievable.
But seeing Messi,
the original Ronaldo, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, seeing Messi skip inside for his first goal last night is just better than anything Ronaldo can ever do. And I'm sorry if there's loads of Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo, he's great. I'm not asked about his arrogance and all that. I love all that. But there's something different about seeing a footballer skip inside a couple of people and then just slot it. It's just...
Messi's a freak, isn't he? There's never been anything
what
quite
I'd
like
say
that.
is that Ronaldo's like a traditional centre-forward now. His game's changed. At Manchester United, he was a winger, wasn't he? He was fly down the wing, great delivery, great skill. Now when you look at him, he's like right down the middle, great in the air, absolutely unbelievable in the air for what he is. Ball over the top, he's onto it. I've seen an article talking about him saying he's that fit that he can play for another 4 or 5 years and still score 30 goals a season because the way he's got his body now.
Messi's a genius. Ronaldo's got more out of himself as a player than any player of all time.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, I don't think there'll ever be a way to truly decide it. But
literally, there isn't. I know we make a joke about it every week, but there isn't.
But the best thing about it is the two of them. The two of the best footballers.
Yeah, and at the same time as well.
They
redefined it, didn't he? Because no one's mentioned Ronaldinho, who let's not forget. Ronaldinho, it was all about Ronaldinho. He was the most skillful. He was the one who was the most joyous to watch. And Messi just come on and just no one, like a season later, no one was asked that Ronaldinho had gone. You know,
there's a key to being the best. It's called self-discipline. It's all those things that Ronaldo wanted to be by putting that effort in. By where he was. I think he was told when he was 17 to not use any weights because his body. He did not. He used to go in the gym after everything was shut up and get on the legs because he knew he wasn't good enough and he had to. Even someone like Beckham. You know, Beckham wasn't a technically brilliant footballer, but he made sure he was a specimen and made sure he worked himself, cross and. That's what to be the best is about. But Ronaldinho liked going on the island. And every time he got back to Brazil. Yeah. That's the difference.
Okay. A few quick ones then. Miles _ Tarbox says football stickers or football cards?
Stickers.
Is it stickers or?
Stickers, yeah.
I don't even know what football cards
4-0. Like match attacks.
Like the things you used to get in packets of ciggies in the 50s.
Sure.
Next.
Somebody, you age us every time you come
on. I wasn't around. This person might be really old.
Wimpies and fucking ciggy cards. Isaiah Bright 4. Who's the worst player you've ever seen play for your club?
Aruna Kone.
No.
Bob Malcolm. He was on loan from Glasgow Rangers.
Okay.
Brett Angel.
Ran backwards.
Brett Angel's the right answer, by the way.
Yeah, Brett Angel did a job.
Brett Angel was better than Kone.
Jean-Michel Ferry.
Oh, Ferry.
No, Jean-Michel Ferry. No, he was Couliers Grass though.
Yeah.
There was a reason why you signed him. He got rid of Vince, didn't he?
Hang on.
But
he was worse than Ispan.
I've never heard that name.
Stop it, mate. Stop it. Ispan was up there with Aruna Kone.
Sean Dundee. We've had loads.
He was Agent Dundee.
Nikhil Arumku.
Was that the third one? Was that the third film? Agent Dundee.
Agent Dundee. The film they never wanted you to see.
This is not Germany.
This isn't Everton, mate.
Is Ped related to Gordon Ramsay?
No. Sadly
not.
Why do you pick these questions?
Next. Quick fire, come on.
Jay, NUFC _ Jay. Hey. By the time this video comes out, Newcastle will be a Premier League club again. Thoughts, Ped?
6 points.
Not for us,
unfortunately. It might have been McGeady. Don't count your chickens.
He then goes on to say, unless we lost, in which case that'd be quite embarrassing. You
said his name, right?
I did indeed. We'll remember this one. I went to do this as a bit of a longer one, but Chris Feely, 99. Does the panel think that the Liverpool Echo is agenda-driven, e.g. their coverage and expectations of Mashiri compared to Ken Wright and Elstone?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a fucking joke, mate. They're absolute. They're literally a clickbait loving institution. Now, it's sad to see the way they've gone. They've got good people working for them, but I suppose it's where a lot of newspapers are going now, where it's all about know what it is? What makes it worse? It's all about a sensational headline and a article that doesn't quite live up to it.
Doesn't matter.
Where you go, actually, this doesn't. This is about something completely different, or it's mad. It's just clickbait.
There was one this week that was just. I mean,
What are we calling this video?
I don't normally.
Is Sean Dundee better than Messi?
I don't normally read them, but there was an article this week about Mashiri.
Yeah.
And the first 3 lines were like, don't have your expectations so high, because it's bound to fail. And the last one was, I know that the end of it was more of the same. A day after having, this is how Liverpool's 108,000 capacity stadium could look, and someone had basically just got like Etch-a-Sketch and used paint to colour it in, and it was a big headline.
It was the GCSE project, basically, wasn't it?
GCSE? I thought it was the SATs, like year 7 or whatever, year 6 even. And I just thought, you can't have one side of the city that is dream big and the other one, be careful what you wish for, because, we mightn't spend...
This is the same newspaper this is the same newspaper, by the way, right? Genuinely wrote an article saying, could rise and sea...
Global warming
and rise and sea affect Everton Stadium. Genuinely wrote that as a serious piece.
80-year, projection would put the ground under a bit of water after 80 years. We'd be like, it's all right, we'll have bought another one by then, we don't have to worry.
Sure.
But how do you find this as a Liverpool fan? Do you feel it's become just ridiculously clickbaity shit?
Or? The Liverpool echoes become a joke on that, because they're having to justify their means, and it's all having to answer surveys to what.
Oh my God! Have you subscribed to Anfield Extra yet? By the way,
bollocks, I apologise, Jay, for leaving you out on this. It was
Jay. I mean, how do you find this in London with newspapers? Because I seen a thing about a Chelsea guy a couple of weeks ago. He done a piece saying that he was, he's a journalist who goes into Chelsea, and he'd been started to be asked to write all this nonsense, and he basically just walked away from them because it was like top 5s and who's this and who's that, and it wasn't like proper journalism. And
where do you get QPR news from? The
Kilburn Times.
Did the Evening Standard do much?
Huh?
Did the Evening Standard do much on outside
yeah,
of
they do. Yeah, to a point. I mean, it's it's the world we live in, isn't it? There's not that much on Tranmere, is it?
Or is it? How do you find it?
Obviously, the more local you go, the more you'll get good stuff about your team. But even those, one of my tweets was in an article saying like fans say that Hasselbank has to go.
Yeah, but you're a celebrity fan.
Huh?
You're a celebrity fan?
Well, yeah, maybe that was it then. No, it wasn't. And it wasn't. It was completely taken out of context what I'd said. But they were just trying to. Again, they're getting a headline, then finding 3 tweets that might be slightly negative.
Sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, I just think it's the world we live in.
Before we wrap up, James, do you want to explain to the audience what's happening with the content next week?
I can.
Because I couldn't fully... It's a
Because
while
no
to
one
digest
Yes, absolutely. So next week's Bank Holiday Monday, and we're struggling to get a panel together. But don't worry, on Tuesday we've got myself, Flav, and Robbie, and one more. And so Social Club will be on the Tuesday there. But on Monday, you've got a Team of the Year of talking about left backs. That's dropping on Monday. And also, Paul's Fan Mastermind will also be on the channel as well. So you can see how he's got on Monday. But normal Social Club will resume on Tuesday. So don't worry.
There you go. Thanks very much for watching Social Club and Astor Club this week. No ped, no party.
Can't wait.
Don't forget, if you want Ped to read out some of the best and worst comments on these videos, we need 2,000 likes on this. So click the thumb up button right now. Forget all this other stuff on the screen. Do that. Make that a thing. And we'll check back next week for more Social Club. Cheers.